not, but I remember you were saying that they weren't able or they didn't use your call in the movie at first. What was the backstory with that? Because I think this is a great Hollywood story.
Well, the apparently the sound editor who'd won a few Emmys or Oscars, I guess, in the movie business. Um, I, I worked with Gavin O'Connor, who did a fantastic job directing it, and I helped them piece things together. And I said, "Look, don't give me a script. Tell me how you want me to advance this, and I'll say it in the way I would have said it." So, in other words, the U.S. beats Norway, but then 2 days later, they're playing Romania. I said, "I'll get you there, but I have to do it out of my voice," and I did.
So they didn't want to go through the
No,
transcripts, and they also didn't want to
no, no,
do.
no, none of that. I said, guys, I know what you need to have done, and I will do this.
We're advancing the script, so we don't have to do 12 minutes on the Norway game. It's Al
No,
Michaels'
no,
voice saying, "And
correct,
U.S. wins." Yeah.
correct. And I'm not doing what anybody's going to write for me. I know how to get you from point A to point B to C and down the line. But when it came down to the end of the Soviet game, uh, I said, I am not going to recreate the last 45 seconds. You have to live with it.
Mhm.
So Gavin O'Connor was fine with it because it's kind of, it's an iconic call to this day. It's played, around the clock in various enterprises. But what happened was the sound guy, the sound man, the multiple Oscar winner, said, "Oh no, no, it sounds too muddy. It's not." And he wanted it to sound, like perfect, like the same. Because now you're going 1980 on tape to
Sure.
2004, where they now were digital and the whole thing. The movie's going to come out on a Friday. The Saturday before, I'm going to a screening of the movie. Okay, he drowned me out with music. The lights come up at the end of the
So we
movie.
don't hear your voice. You don't hear the final
Oh
call.
yeah, I'm like, I might as well be sitting in the stands yelling something, right? The music swells, and then, this was this guy getting even with me. Okay, so
Like he's Hans Zimmer over here.
oh my God, it's incredible. So what happens is the lights come up, and Michael Eisner is sitting like behind me. He goes, "Where's the call?" I said, "Michael, here's what happened." Michael got into his car, called Gavin O'Connor. He says, "You clean that up." It wasn't Gavin's fault. It was the
No,
other
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah.
He said, "Get this thing cleaned up, or I don't release the movie on Friday." There you go. How's that?
Movie
Right?
comes out.
They
Al
cleaned it up.
Michaels,
They cleaned
1980
it up.
calls, and
They
oh, what a story.
they